Hey y'all. Um, so we are not going camping this week, and the weather's been really cold, so it's be some wind advisories. It's just been weird this year. So the temperature right now is 46 degrees, and it is chilly. I'm shaking. Just talking to you guys, but we do have an adventure that we would love for you all to follow along with us.
All right, guys. For the others of you that have been watching the channel, you know that we've got a truck, a Chevrolet 2500 HD. It's the 6.0 gas engine, four-wheel drive, and we've taken that from central Florida to western Kansas, Pennsylvania. We added it up the other day, and I think we've had this truck in about 12 different states. It served us well, and if you've been with the channel, at any time you see some of the walk around videos, some of our updates to the truck, we've put a road armor bumper front and rear. We've got a Smitty built 12,000 pound winch on the front. The truck is four-wheel drive. We've got some 32.5-inch Nitto tires. I'd like to be bigger, but that's what we've got currently. Put way too much money in lights. We've got several of the rigid 2-inch pods. We've got a 30-inch diode dynamics pod on the front, or light bar on the front. We've got the topper on the back, and just several updates we've made. But one of the things we've been wrestling with lately is it's not really where we want it or what we want, and we've looked at other vehicles. It's one of the earlier videos, the first one, I think we talked about how I'd like to have something more off-road capable, a Jeep possibly. And as some of you know, I've had a Land Cruiser before. I love Land Cruisers, would dearly like to have another Land Cruiser, but unfortunately that's just not in the budget. We looked at one recently. It was a 2014 with 90-ish thousand miles on it, and the price was $52K. We bought this truck pre-pandemic, and before inflation, and that's just $52K is just kind of insane. I'm not sure we could afford this truck in today's market, but the Land Cruiser was about 2.5 times more than we've got in this truck. We just can't do that. Not as close to retirement as we are, and not with our life goals. With that in mind, we're looking into making a few more updates. We're going now, and you guys are welcome to tag along with us and see what the next upgrade to the HD is. Dalton?
Yeah, I'm Dalton, Empress Audio Marine here in Mobile, Alabama. Y'all have some questions about the quote that we gave you yesterday on doing the radio and the camera in the truck?
Yes, I do have one.
Okay.
I know when we originally talked, we had talked about being able to, the camera would come on automatically when we put it in reverse.
Right.
And then there would be a button.
Mm-hmm.
This Sony will still do that?
Yes.
Okay, cool. You have any questions?
I know.
No? One of the, I noticed when we pulled up, you do tent.
Yes, we sure
I've
do.
got a hole in my tent, and I thought maybe while you were here, we could go ahead and take care of that too.
Yeah, can we go look at it real
Yeah,
quick?
and we had talked about maybe looking at the truck.
Mhm.
I thought maybe you needed to see something on
Yeah,
it.
there's just a few options with the dash that are different on some of the other trucks.
Okay, cool.
So exciting.
This is the Sony here.
That's it.
That's the one we picked out. So that will be much bigger than trying to see this on the phone.
Okay.
Now the way Dalton explained it to me, this will connect to our phones and we will be able to use GPS display on
basically
this.
that screen right there. So Apple CarPlay, you plug in your phone, you get your Apple apps on the screen. Most of them, almost every GPS app that you can imagine, music streaming apps, phone apps, that type of thing. You'll be able to use on the screen. It makes it really easy to use because you already know how to use
And
your
like
phone.
I told you the other day, we travel so much in this truck, it's
Right.
going to be really helpful, I think.
Yeah, so here, let's go look at the
Enough so that she signed off on it.
Yes.
Okay.
Should I keep doing this?
If you want to.
And are y'all worried about keeping XM radio?
We don't use
We
it.
don't
It's
use
not
it, no.
active.
Not a problem. Oh, I see.
Yeah, that. I would dearly like to fix that because it's kind of annoying.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. We bought this truck a few years ago. We bought it out in Mississippi. It was in Louisiana. And I don't know if that's legal here or not. You may know.
The windshield strip, yeah, which technically it's lower than it should be, but I mean, a lot of people around here don't normally get a whole lot of flack for it. But it looks like somebody used to have a toll pass on there.
Yeah, I think either that or maybe that's where he had his review camera. Because there was one, the camera was on the back. They had took the monitor off when they sold the truck, I guess. So that's always been up there. And as you saw, the heat last summer, the rear view mirror just fell off in the heat. But with this topper on there, you can't see out of it anyway. So that's another reason to get this. Now, as I was telling you, so we do have this.
Oh, yeah, that
off-road-
won't be a problem at all.
Yeah, it's really small, but
Yeah, it'll work just perfect.
okay. I was concerned about that as small as that is.
Right.
Okay. Well, I think let's do this.
All right, let's go in and see what my schedule. It's actually
All right, guys. Back on the road. As you saw, we picked out the new stereo / display monitor for the backup camera. We've got that ordered, and we've got an appointment scheduled for Wednesday morning to drop the 2500 off, and they'll be installing it next Wednesday. One of the reasons we haven't, or one of the reasons we're getting this camera is, I get ready to pan up here, the rear view mirror fell off back in the summer because of the heat, just the extreme heat here. But it hasn't really been that much of an issue because now she'll pan around to the back. With the topper on here, it was virtually useless anyway. I think though, while we've got it at the shop, I've asked them to replace this window tinting. Much to my surprise, I've come to like that. And it was on there when we bought the truck. I never did take it off. I was going to, but I think I'm going to get them to replace it because it's got this big ugly spot in it here. And during that process, I believe they're going to put the rear view mirror back on. If not, I'll get it put back on, and at least it'll be there, even though it's not very functional. So that's why we're finally breaking down and getting a rear view camera installed on the truck. And now we're going to go eat lunch.
What do you want? A Batman baby. Yo, see, na 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 na. I do say, yere yere yere, yere yere yere, yere yere yere. My one, the doctor said papini ndashaiwa he ndaitaka kunikune papini ndabaiwa me nama kuchengeta nama ndagove nama kurera nama chese chandabata atishande kutsvaka mari kuti titange hanzi yaikwane zvinotoziva zviipi zvataparara nenamo.
It is Wednesday morning. We just dropped the $2,500 off. We should be able to pick it up this afternoon, and we will do a video update on everything then. Okay?
Go ahead and crank her up for you.
Okay.
I like the Sonys because they have a really quick startup. Now, just because of this truck's trim level, we did try to retain the USB, but it wouldn't do data for CarPlay. So you actually have 2 USB ports here in the glove box. So I'm just going to show you the difference here. So I've got 2, one with this module, one without. The one without the module you can use for CarPlay and Android Auto. The one with the module is going to be just a secondary for charging. So this was my cord. I just wanted to show you. This is normally what I do, is I just shut the iPhone cable in the glove box because the gap is big enough. It's not going to hurt it or anything like that.
Okay.
And then easy enough, all you have to do is plug in your phone. The first time you plug it in, it's going to ask you to accept, to be able to, use it while it's locked. I'm going to go to now playing.
Oh, wow.
Oh yeah, this is fantastic. So I mean, now you've got your Apple Maps, Google Maps, a ton of apps work on here, including like the Sirius XM app. So you got Google Maps, Pandora, even Zoom Audio will work through here. So you can even use it for Zoom audio phone calls.
Okay.
The rest of the radio is really easy to use, but let's say you're using your Apple Maps on CarPlay, but you want to listen to the FM radio. It's really easy. All you got to do is press this option button, and you can switch the audio select to radio. So now it's going to play FM, but you can still use your maps through CarPlay.
Okay, so they're both at the same time.
Uh-huh.
Now, what about the turn-by-turn directions? Will it override the audio, or
It will.
Oh,
Yep.
okay.
Yep.
So if you're going 30 miles and you're not doing anything, you're listening to the radio instead of okay.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
So this right here in the bottom left corner is going to be your home for CarPlay. So that'll take you back to your regular apps. And then this home button here will take you back to the radio. So now the main apps that you're probably going to be worried about are radio if you don't feel like plugging in Bluetooth audio, and then you can swipe over this way, and this you can access the camera without putting it in reverse.
All right.
And then if you want to switch back home, this is the settings where you can get to anything. So if you want to go to sound, if you don't like that beep whenever you click something, you can actually come down. Actually, I think they moved it over here. General. Demo is off. You can change the date and time through here. Review camera's normal, and then like I said, the beep on or off. Now, here under visual, you can actually access, because I mean it's a pretty bright screen. So if you're driving at night and you want to dim the screen down a little bit, you can also just click dimmer to on, and it will dim it down for you.
Okay.
And that camera got a pretty good view right there.
Right. At first I was like, what is that? But then I realized it was the hitch ball.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay.
So do you have any questions for me about how any of it works?
No, I'm sure later on I wish I'd asked some, but it's got a manual and all that, I assume.
Yes, yep. I
And
got the
then,
box
like
inside.
anything, you can YouTube it. And,
Oh yeah. And plus, I mean, like I said, this radio, the Sonys are notoriously really easy to use.
Okay.
So I mean, like I said, that's all of it right there. So super easy. If you want to get back to CarPlay from here, all you have to do is click the Apple CarPlay button.
Okay. So, what about radio presets? Like,
Yeah. Okay. So
that's radio.
it works pretty similar to any aftermarket or any factory radio or anything like that. So you have 6 presets here, and then you actually have FM2 and then FM3. So, but let's say FM1, you want 92.5 to be a preset. You just hold 1 right here.
Okay.
You hear the beep, and now it's saved.
Okay, cool.
And then your stereo controls and everything still work just like they did before.
Okay.
So they're still free to use on the radio.
All right. Oh, and you put the mirror back.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thanks.
I know that you didn't really need to use it, but I mean.
Oh, yeah, it's good to have it back. Yeah. Because I may someday take that topper off. So,
Okay.
So, yeah, that was one of the things I've been meaning to do, and you guys took care of that. All right.
I mean, we were already up there. Why not?
Yeah, sure. Looks good.
Absolutely.
Okay.
All right. I guess we'll just we'll head inside and settle up, and we'll be good to go.
All right. Sounds good. Thanks.
No problem.
Make sure you guys leave a video from Mimi and Papa. Hi, Mimi, Papa. And subscribe and ring the bell button.